Hello everyone, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy, 12th April 2025. Displayed here are the topics for the discussion today. The first topic, Panchayat Advancement Index. The second topic, Artemis Accord. And the third topic, Niveshak Didi Initiative. And the fourth topic, Modernization of Command Area Development and Water Management. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion with the first article. But before getting into the discussion, there is an important announcement from Shankar IAS Academy. Shankar IAS Academy's All India mock test UPSC Prelims will be held in the following days. The first test will be on 4th May 2025, and the second test will be on 11th May 2025, and the third test will be on 8th May 2025. So here you can see the timing. The timing for the General Studies paper 1 will be from 9:30 to 11:30, and the CSAT will be held between 2:30 to 4:30. So do register. That you can register in the website. Do register, and now we will begin our discussion with the first article. New index to assess performance of Grama Panchayats. So recently the Department of Panchayat Raj has developed the first ever Panchayat Advancement Index for a better data-driven governance in India. So what is the relevance of this topic in the UPSC Prelims? In the UPSC Prelims, definitely it's a topic related to Panchayat Raj. So the questions related to this topic can be expected under the topics like the Indian polity, constitution, governance, the rights, Panchayat Raj, and also the public policy. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion about the Panchayat Advancement Index. So the Panchayat Advancement Index, it is developed by the Department of Panchayat Raj to measure the progress made by the grassroots level institutions in achieving the localized sustainable development goals. We know that currently we are in 2025. Within 5 years, we have to achieve the sustainable development goals, and we are also going with another objective, that is of Vikasit Bharat 2047, right? So to make the development more inclusive, we need grassroots level development, and this Panchayat Advancement Index assesses the grassroots level progress of the development programs. And the next is it is launched by the Ministry of Panchayat Raj, and this Panchayat Raj, the Panchayat Advancement Index is based on 435 unique local indicators, which include 331 mandatory and 104 optional indicators under the 9 themes. These indicators are categorized under 9 themes. So what are these 9 themes? This includes good governance. That means how efficiently the Panchayat Raj is delivering the administration and service to the people. And the next is the women friendly. That means whether the Panchayat has taken sufficient measures to for better representation of women in the economy, in the administration. And the next is the rate of poverty. That means it assesses the income level of the people in a particular panchayat, the employment rate, the poverty rate in a particular panchayat. And the next is the availability of livelihood. That means availability of opportunity for better livelihood. Do the panchayat has better opportunity for self-employment, like that. And the next is health indicators, which includes the index assesses the health indicators of a panchayat, which includes the availability of the primary health care facility in the panchayat, or it also assesses the other indicators of the health, includes maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate, like that. And the next is child friendly. This assesses the measures taken by the panchayat for the child development, which includes child care, park facilities or playground facilities, and other initiatives for the social as well as the health of the child. And the next is the water sufficient. This includes the initiatives taken by the panchayat for better water management and conservation. And the next is the clean and green. This refers to the initiatives taken by the panchayat for clean environment and pollution control. And finally, we have the social just and socially secured panchayat, which includes it talks about the caste-based discrimination, oppression in a panchayat. If the panchayat is free from all these type of issues, then here also the panchayat can score better. So coming to the categories of the performance. So based on the indicators, based on the 435 unique local indicators, the Grama Panchayats in India, as per the advancement index, will be categorized into 5 categories, which includes achievers if the score is above 90, and the next category is front runner if the score is between 75 to 90, and the next category is performer if the score is between 60 and 70. And the next category is aspirant panchayat if the score is between 40 and 60. And finally, we have beginner category, and if the score is below 40, then the panchayat will come under the beginner category. And I think in India we have nearly 5,000 plus Grama Panchayat belongs to this category of beginner. So coming to the performance, you can see that in India we have nearly 2 2,55,699 Grama Panchayat, but out of this 2,55,699 Grama Panchayat, only 2,16,285 Grama Panchayat provided valid data for the preparation of the advancement index. So here itself you can see a challenge, that is data collection. And the next, coming to the performance, you can see that nearly 699 Grama Panchayat are coming under the front runner category. And coming to the performer category, in India we have nearly 77,000 Grama Panchayats under this category. And aspirant category, it is the highest category, which includes 1 lakh plus 1,30,000, 32,392 Grama Panchayats coming under this category, which comes around 61.2% of the total Grama Panchayats in India. And finally, the beginner Grama level, and here we have nearly 5,896 Grama Panchayat, which is constituting around 2.7% of the total Grama Panchayats in India. And and here we can see the achiever, that means the score above 90. No, none of the Indian Grama Panchayats has scored above 90. Coming to the top performing states, the state is the Gujarat, because Gujarat has nearly 346 front runner Grama Panchayats, and the next is the Telangana. Telangana has 270 front runner Grama Panchayats. So coming to the significance of this Panchayat Advancement Index, first it promotes the evidence-based planning. So it assesses the socio-economic and environmental development of a Grama Panchayat. So based on that, we can plan for the further development of the Grama Panchayat. We can understand what is lacking in a particular area, or what can be done, or what has to be done. And the next is enhances accountability and transparency. So this is relieving the the issues in the Grama Panchayat, the infrastructure problems, socio-economic issues in the Grama Panchayat. Therefore, it will enhance the accountability and transparency, and fosters the competitive federalism. We know that currently India is a cooperative federal nation, but this Panchayat Raj Advancement Index will promote competitive federalism. Competitive federalism means here the panchayats will will engage in competition between each other for better development. And the next is localizing SDGs. We know that the SDGs goals are just 5 years from now. So the localized development of this is sustainable development initiatives are very important to make the initiative more inclusive. And the next is informs resource allocation. So based on our planning, we can allocate the resource for better development of the Grama Panchayats in India. So in this topic, we discussed the Panchayat Advancement Index, and on what basis the index is compiled, and what are the certain data from the index, and finally we discussed the significance of the Panchayat Advancement Index. So with this, we will move to the next article. NASA welcomes Bangladesh as newest Artemis Accord signatory. Recently, the Bangladesh became the 54th nation to sign the Artemis Accord. We know that Artemis Accord, the US-led space exploration accord, and India signed. India is also a signatory to this accord, and India signed this accord in the year 2023. So what is the relevance of this topic in UPSC Prelims? So you can expect questions related to the international agreements and international relations under the topic current events of national and international importance. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion about the Artemis Accord. So Artemis Accord, coming to the establishment, it is established in the year 2020, and it is a US-led space exploration for civil purpose, and the NASA will be leading this Artemis program, the National Space Agency of United States, with the support of Department of State and the 7 initial signatories. Who are the 7 initial signatories? United States is there, obviously. Apart from United States, Canada, UK, Australia, Japan, Italy, and Luxembourg. And coming to the objective of this Artemis Accord, the objective of this Artemis Accord is to provide a non-binding framework for peaceful and cooperative civil exploration, civil space exploration. So please note the 2 keywords. It's a non-binding framework, and it is for civil space exploration. And coming to the scope, the principles or the provisions of this Artemis Accord applies to civil activities on Moon, Mars, asteroids, comets, their orbits, Lagrangian points, and also to the transit path. So we know that Lagrangian points, recently India launched Aditya L1, right? Aditya for observation of sun. And this Aditya L1, it is in Lagrangian point 1. So Lagrangian points, we know that these are the certain areas in the space where the gravitational pull or the gravitational force from 2 celestial bodies will be equal. And one more example for the Lagrangian based exploration is the James Webb Telescope. James Webb Telescope, it is launched in Lagrangian point 2. And coming to the signatories, currently it has 54 members, including Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the 54th member. And India, like I mentioned in the beginning, India signed this Artemis Accord in the year 2023 to enhance the space exploration with the US cooperation. And coming to the core principles of this Artemis Accord, first is of peaceful exploration. That means activities must be for peaceful purpose only. They should not be used for military purpose or for profit. And the next is transparency. That means nations commit to share space policies and findings. So the nations, if they discover something new, they have to share it, and the nations can also collaborate for development of new technologies like that. And the next is the implementation. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it is a non-binding framework. Therefore, the implementation of the accord will be done via memorandum of agreements and other agency arrangements. Coming to the compatibility, we know that the principles of the provisions of this Artemis Accord is aligning with the Outer Space Treaty of 1967. And the next is safety zones. That means once a nation wants to do any activities in the space, for example, if India wants to do an activity in the moon, then they can establish a safe zone to prevent harmful interference between the countries in the space activities. And the next is space resource. The Artemis Accord supports sustainable extraction and the use of space resource. That means it should not affect the sustainability of the celestial bodies, as well as it should not affect the Earth or any country's policies. And coming to the next principle, it is a registration. That means if something is found, they have to register the objects, or if the countries are developing new technology for the exploration under the Artemis Accord, then they have to register that for identification. The next is the interoperability, that is encouraging the use of compatible systems and standards for sustainable space exploration. And the next is space debris. We know that the Outer Space Treaty of 1967 has provisions related to the management of space debris, but it is not elaborate. Therefore, the Artemis Accord considers this also. That means it requires planning to mitigate. That means the member countries should have a planning to mitigate the space debris. And the next is the emergency assistance. That includes the framework to aid astronauts in case any emergency in the space. So we know that recently the case of Sunita Williams. So therefore, the Artemis Accord has considered this also to ensure the safety and the security of the astronauts in the research. So in this topic, we discussed what is Artemis Accord and its basic facts. So with this, we will move to the next article. Investors Education and Protection Fund Authority and the India Post Payment Bank, both institutions signed a memorandum of agreement to launch the phase 2 of Niveshak Didi initiative to boost the rural women's financial literacy. The article is taken from Press Information Bureau. And why it is in the news? It is in the news because of the phase 2 of the Niveshak Didi initiative. So coming to the prelims relevance of this topic, you can expect questions related to the government initiatives and schemes under the topic current importance of national and international importance, and also under the topic economic and social development. So let us discuss more about the initiative Niveshak Didi from the prelims point of view. So Niveshak Didi, so it is a unique initiative launched to train the women postal workers and community leaders to act as financial educators within the local region. So under this initiative, the government will bring camps, financial literacy camps. So the women postal workers and the community leaders will receive training from the financial literacy camps, and later they will act as the financial educators within their local region. We know that one of the important objective of the recent times of the governments is financial inclusion, and we have a scheme called the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which aiming to bring at least one banking account for every household in India, right? And this scheme or this initiative is also working towards financial inclusion. And what is the objective? Objective obviously to scale up the financial literacy among the women in rural, semi-urban and underserved areas, and which is a nodal ministry for the implementation, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Don't confuse, it is not Ministry of Finance, it is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So this is phase 2 Niveshak Didi initiative. So what about phase 1? Phase 1 Niveshak Didi initiative was launched in the year 2022, and nearly 55,000 beneficiaries, and out of those 55,000, nearly 60% was female, and that to belong to economically active age group. And you can see that nearly 55,000 beneficiaries participated in the India Post Payment Bank financial literacy camps, and now the phase 2 will see a deployment of over 4,000 financial literacy camps across India. So beginning, I mentioned about the two institutions which signed the memorandum of agreement to launch the Niveshak Didi initiative. So now we are going to see about that initiative, that institutions. First is the Investors Education and Protection Fund Authority. So it is established in the year 2016. It is a statutory body working under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So the vision of this institution is to build a financially aware and confident India. And you can see that the objective of this institution is to ensure that the investors across the country are informed about their rights, responsibility, and this institution is also working towards the protection of the investors. So in rights and responsibility, in the sense they should know what is the what right they have when they invest in a particular project or invest in a particular institution, and how to save the money or where they have to make the investment, and they also have to get education about digitalization. So this Niveshak Didi and the institution is also working towards that. And the next institution mentioned in the article is the India Post Payments Bank. So it is established in the year 2018 under the Ministry of Communication. So that is under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This is under the Ministry of Communication. The vision of this institution is to build the most accessible and affordable trusted bank for every man in India. So what is the objective? To remove the barrier for unbanked and underbanked area and ensure the last mile leverage of the postal network. And what are the key principles of the India Post Payment Bank? So first is enabling paperless, cashless, and presenceless banking. That means promoting digital banking. Simply we can see that promoting digital banking because it is cashless, paperless, and presenceless. So the promoting digital banking is the major objective of the India Post Payment Bank, and it can be considered as a pillar of the India Post Payment Bank as well. Cabinet approves modernization of command area development and water management as a sub-scheme of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinjai Yojana for the period 2025-2026. This article is taken from Press Information Bureau, and why it is in the news. Recently, the Union Cabinet approved the modernization of command area development and water management. We know that the command area development and water management, this is an initiative brought by the government of India in the 1974-75 that time. So this period, we know that the 1974-75 is considered as the beginning of the second phase of the Green Revolution. So the objective of this initiative was to ensure the irrigation to all the farms and fields in India. And now the government is planning to make this as a sub-scheme under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinjai Yojana. We know that the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinjai Yojana, it is an irrigation scheme launched in the year 2015 with two important objectives. First is to improve the water efficiency through promoting the micro irrigation technology like drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. And the next objective of the scheme is to ensure the water connectivity or irrigation to all the farms in India, that is known as the Har Khet Ko Pani, right? So without much delay, let's begin our discussion about this article. And coming to the UPSC relevance of this topic, you can see that you can expect questions related to the government initiatives under the economic and social development and sustainable development, this topic. So the modernization of command area development and water management, this scheme aims to modernize the irrigation supply network in India and also facilitates the micro irrigation. That is, it will establish a strong underground pressurized pipe system to deliver micro irrigation water from the source. The source can be canal or well or anything, to farms up to a size of 1 hectare. So this will it will ensure it will establish a groundwater underground pressurized pipe system to deliver water from the source to farms up to the size of 1 hectare through micro irrigation. And the next is the use of technology such as the supervisory control and data acquisition and Internet of Things to assess assess how much water is needed for per area of crop, or how much water is needed for a particular crop. So they will assess the need of the water for each and every crop, and this will improve the water efficiency, that is, it will reduce the water wastage. And the next is the irrigation management transfer. So we know that the Water Users Society. So this is a collective body consisting of the people who are directly depending on water for their commercial activity. That includes farmer also. So this Water Users Society will manage the irrigation assets as per the new initiative. And what are the benefits of this this initiative? First is improved water use efficiency, that is through promoting water micro irrigation facility. So like I mentioned, through this initiative, the government will establish a underground pressurized pipe system to deliver water from the source to the farm, and that can support a farm up to 1 hectare, size of 1 hectare. So therefore it will improve the water use efficiency through reducing the water wastage. And the next is increased agriculture production. So the usage of the technology, for example, Internet of Things, to assess the climate, weather, or the and at the same time to assess how much water is required for a particular crop, or how much water is required for a particular area. So through this we can improve the agriculture production and productivity. And finally, if the agriculture production is improved or the productivity is improved, then it will ultimately result in better income for the farmers. So in this topic we discussed what is the initiative, that is the modernization of command area development and water management, what are the benefits of this, and what are the features of this initiative. So coming to today's prelims practice questions, the first question: consider the following statements regarding the Artemis Accord. Statement 1, it is a US-led space exploration accord for military purpose. Statement 2, it is a binding framework for space exploration. And statement 3, India is a signatory to this accord. Which of the above statements are incorrect? So how many of the, or the which of the above statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 only, option B, 1 and 2 only, option C, 1 and 3 only, and option D, 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B, 1 and 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect. It is a US-led space exploration accord for civil purpose, not for military purpose. And the next is, it is a binding treaty. It is a non-binding treaty. Therefore, the implementation of the provisions of this Artemis Accord will be done through memorandum of understanding between the nations and through other collaborations between the nations, right? So therefore, it is a non-binding framework. And statement 3 is correct. India is a signatory to this accord, and India signed this the accord in 2023. So the next question: the recent Panchayat Advancement Index was released by option A, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, option B, Ministry of Panchayat Raj, and option C, Ministry of Social Justice, and option D, Ministry of Finance. The correct answer is option B, Ministry of Panchayat Raj. So moving on to the third question: consider the following statements regarding Niveshak Didi initiative. Statement 1, it is launched through a memorandum of agreement between the Investors Education and Protection Fund Authority and the India Post Payment Bank. Statement 2, Ministry of Finance is a nodal ministry for this initiative. Which of the above statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both 1 and 2, and option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. Option B is incorrect because it is not the Ministry of Finance, it is a Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. The incorrect statement is incorrect statement is 2. It is not the Ministry of Finance, it is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's newspaper analysis. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your feedbacks as comments, and share this content with your friends. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time update from Shankar IAS Academy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.